Now, let's dive deep into this big LGBTQ story for today. I'm Alex Fumero, and let's queer up entertainment. South Florida filmmaker Kareem Tabsch is to make an ANITA BRYANT documentary. ANITA BRYANT, the controversial anti-LGBTQ activist, is dead, but her legacy is set to be explored in an upcoming documentary. And we assume another pie in the face is coming. Bryant, once known as a singer, allegedly, and Miss Oklahoma, became infamous for leading the 1977 campaign to repeal a Dade County law banning discrimination based on sexual orientation. Preaching, quote, God's work, end quote, she fueled fears about queer people in schools, galvanizing both opposition and a historic LGBTQ rights movement, especially in South Florida. Many credit the response to ANITA BRYANT, launched the advocacy group SAVE, and the first Pride event in Florida, Pride Fort Lauderdale. Her action sparked the first major queer boycott against Florida orange juice and led to the unforgettable moment when she was hit with a pie on live TV. Now, queer South Florida filmmaker Kareen Tabsch and producer Alex Fumero are bringing her story to the screen. Tabsch, known for The Last Resort, aims to explore Bryant's impact and the ongoing fight for LGBTQ rights, especially as new threats emerge. Queer News Tonight will continue to follow this news, and you know, I just want to say once again, it's so nice to talk about ANITA BRYANT is no longer alive. This documentary looks like it could be really interesting, but there's also a huge weight put on these filmmakers because they can't just go with like the easy way. They got to go through all the harsh things of what she's done to our community, how so many people in South Florida have been affected by her, and just really showing us what it got her and her family, which is financial ruin, I might add.
And let's face it, I mean, I know that it's cliche, but the past is prologue. We are literally seeing it all over again. Yeah. The drag queen story hour, the expulsion of anyone who teaches woke or LGBTQ ideology. They are the same thing, just in a different package.
Yeah.
ANITA BRYANT has pioneered a methodology that current conservative activists still use
today.
Still used today. The same scare tactics, the same thing that, they're getting trans surgeries in the middle of the classroom.
In schools! Oh my goodness.
As if you can pay a third grade teacher to do surgery of any kind. Like they won't even put a bandage on. But the thing is, it's her studying how to beat her will be how to study how to beat the others.
I love that. What a great point. Will both of you watch the documentary?
Oh, of course.
Of course.
Probably together. With popcorn.
Probably together with popcorn.
Together with cocktails.
I mean, to put this into perspective, because I think everybody has seen ANITA BRYANT get the pie to the face, right? But I have to be honest that it wasn't until I moved down here to South Florida that I even knew who the hell she was. You know what I mean? So think about it. She was a beauty queen. She was a singer. It was like on a lower level, thinking of Taylor Swift making it her whole point in life to go against LGBTQ+. That's basically what ANITA BRYANT was doing with every living, breathing moment that she was on air or whatever, was just trying, and under the umbrella of protecting children. That sounds familiar,
exactly.
Right?
But, the irony is the same community, evangelicals, who pushed her to new heights, who pushed her out to do the Save the Children thing. Later, when she divorced her first husband, they all shunned her.
Really?
Yeah, they all shunned her. She remarried, and after years of obscurity, she tried to do, I remember this whole long article about it. She tried to set up like a music theater thing in Tennessee, like in Pigeon Forge, the very conservative area, kind of like conservative Vegas.
Okay, oxymoron there, but okay.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
But and they have been dodging taxes and unpaid bills for year after year after year. They just run away
I had no idea. Like I know that she is just a perfect person to explain karma.
Oh, meanwhile, her first husband stayed in Miami Beach. Can you imagine watching it go by, like, as the place get gayer and gayer and gayer? And when he died, he told
the Miami Herald, most likely.
Yes, the Miami Herald, like how bitter he was about the gays, was responsible for the dissolution of their marriage and all that stuff.
Oh, wow.
The other nice thing when talking about ANITA BRYANT, and because you were talking about, these anti-LGBTQ people that are still coming around, they tend to be roughly around the same age that ANITA BRYANT was when she passed away. They're a very old group of people who I honestly do think we should be studying how to counter them, of course. But another part of me feels like I really don't know how much longer they can cling on to this planet, to this earth. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, there are plenty of generations of evangelical will still rise and will still scream the same thing, will still propagate the same lies about our community. So better be vigilant and have a response and no response.
Do you think
all.
there'll be a lot of them after her generation is no longer with us?
Her generation is running the country right now.
Good, for a few more years at best.
At best. At best. I don't know. I, for one, I definitely will. You know what? We'll keep you abreast to this situation with this documentary. And I have a feeling that everybody at this table will watch it, even though we don't like her. We would still watch it.
I downright hate her. But
no, I want to see it like, you know, we have to do a dramatization of the pie in the face, right? And I'll just stop it and rewind it and stop it and rewind it.
We should get a bunch of people to dress up as drag queen ANITA BRYANT for the premiere.
With pies.
With pies.
I love that. So that is the big LGBTQ story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight.
Oh, you need to